Hello everyone, GZTV back with another video, and in this video we are going to be talking about the fourth episode of Season 3 of Better Call Saul, Sabrosito. We've been alternating between Better Call Saul and Walking Dead, and Walking Dead's probably been the better series so far, but I mean, Better Call Saul has a lot of things over the horizon, on the horizon, and by the way, on Twitch I've been streaming pretty consistently, so yeah, I've been streaming in that space, so it's kind of dope. I'm probably gonna stream till like 10:30 tonight. After I go get lunch and eat it, I'll probably stream from like 7:30 to 10:30 tonight. I don't know what I'm gonna play. I'm probably gonna maybe play some Rainbow, maybe play some Rust, maybe play some 2K, and just a mix of a bunch of games because I've been playing quite a bit of 2K, so I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. And Madden, I don't know, Madden's okay. I'm having a lot of fun playing 2K and playing Rec and having good games. So let's just get into the plot and the critical reception. So there's the opening in the main story and a flashback to 1999. Hector Salamanca introduces Jimenez Lacerda to Don Eladio. Now Don Eladio is just now getting introduced into the Better Call Saul storyline from the Breaking Bad storyline. So that's a character we get introduced to in these episodes, so that's great. Jimenez Lacerda, we're not even sure of him from any of the series but in the franchise, but yeah. Hector says he has purchased an Albuquerque ice cream store that will facilitate drug sales because Jimenez can bring cocaine over the border when he delivers store supplies. So he's using that as kind of an outlet, kind of copying Gustavo Fring and what he's doing with Los Pollos Hermanos, pretty much. So yeah, he's kind of biting his style. They're biting my whole fucking flow. That's what Soldier Boy said once. Hector has named the store for Eladio, El Grillo Guiñador. So it's pretty much named after him and like a kind of trying to impress him, pretty much trying to get his validation. I don't know. Hector's kind of looks like a bitch in this situation. I don't know. He also presents the gift of a bobblehead mascot for the store, which is named Sabrosito, as well as a cash tribute. So they pretty much funnel all of the money in from their drug deals to Don Eladio because he is the Don. That's why he's called Don. Don Eladio. He's like the head of the entire drug cartel. Juan Bolsa arrives with Gus Fring's gifts, a Los Pollos Hermanos t-shirt, and larger cash tribute. So obviously Gus is working on a very high-scale operation compared to Hector, so he has a lot more to show for it, and he brings him a shirt. So Juan Bolsa is pretty much representing Los Pollos Hermanos, and Hector is representing the other restaurant, the ice cream restaurant, which is like very minor compared to what Gus is doing. Eladio teases Hector, and Hector is humiliated, but Juan reminds him to show respect to their boss, even through everything, even through all of the teasings. You must show respect to Don Eladio. So yeah. Now we get into the main story. Mike Ehrmantraut surveils Hector's ice cream store and observes police arrive because there was a drug bust and one of the buses got caught with paraphernalia in there, with the meth being like sprinkled onto the back trailer thingy. He later visits Stacey Ehrmantraut and Kaylee Ehrmantraut at their new house to make sure they're doing well. He's still a protector of a family while going after Hector Salamanca. So this is a busy-ass man. You would think he's living like, if you saw him from a glance, you'd think he's just this retired man living off his retired life. But no, Mike is doing anything but that. He is not retired at all. Hector, Nacho Varga, and Arturo visit Los Pollos Hermanos and intimidate the staff while waiting for Gus to pretty much get them to let them do what they want and wait for Gus, causing a disruption for no fucking reason either. I mean, the cartel does a lot of unjustified stuff. They're a cartel, they're a crime organization, When Gus arrives, Hector demands that Gus begin transporting Hector's drugs in Gus's trucks. Unaware, Gus desires this outcome. So Gus is using this as kind of an opportunity. He's like, oh man, you're dependent on me? That sort of situation. And again, Hector looks like such a pussy in this episode. I am not a fan of Hector whatsoever. When Gus was a villain in Breaking Bad, you at least liked his character. But now Gus is like the hero for once because him and Mike are working together. So that's awesome to see that. The next day, Gus apologizes to his staff and tells them the men who intimidated them previously extorted money from him, but that he refused their new demands. He's like, look, we are not letting down for anyone. He's kind of trying to teach them a life lesson. Gus is a really good guy at heart. It's just when you try him, bad things are going to happen. So, he reassures his employees. Is like, look, everything's going to be all right. Nothing to worry about. Yeah. He announces he will pay the staff overtime in addition to trauma counseling if anyone requests it. So he's going out his way to make sure his relationship is good with his employees. Gus's apology and claim to be acting honorably win his staff over, when really he's like, all right, just never mind the fact that some cartel members just came in our restaurant and threatened our establishment. Just go on, do your job, take my words at heart, and we'll move on. We'll keep this train rolling. Kim Wexler cancels the appointment Chuck McGill made to have his home's door repaired, and Jimmy McGill hires Mike to keep it. So pretty much getting the repair canceled, and then Mike Ehrmantraut's like, look, I can do it for you. I can repair it, and they're trying to get some intel this way. And Chuck has this is beautiful, the beauty of it, because Chuck has no idea that Mike Ehrmantraut has something to do with Jimmy. So Mike clandestinely photographs the interior of Chuck's house and documents his bizarre living conditions to kind of spy on him and give Jimmy some intel on kind of what's going on with his life, how he's living. Mike approaches Chuck's desk and copies some information. So Jimmy and Kim are trying to find a way out of a usually unwinnable case here, obstruction of property or destruction of property. You get it. When he hands over the photos the next day, he gives Jimmy the note he made. He's like, look, I also even went in and copied some stuff because I know you're going to need it for your case. So obviously Mike knows what he's doing. Gus visits Mike to ask why he did not accept the money that Victor tried to give him for disrupting Hector's trucks. Mike's like, look, we're square, dude. I'm a humble man. I'm not taking all that sum of money for stuff like that. Mike explains that he attacked them for himself, not Gus, so he does not expect payment. Gus didn't help him at all. He's a solo. He's kind of like a lone wolf type of character, and he's like, look, you don't need to pay me for any of this. You didn't do anything. Gus says he is interested in hiring Mike, and Mike says he might be amenable. Now, fast forward to the future in Breaking Bad, we know that Mike worked for Gus at one point. We're just not sure when it started. We're not sure when it started and when it ended. So this show will definitely highlight that, and it'll be a great time to watch these two's relationship kind of unfold. It's going to be beautiful. Jimmy, Kim, Howard Hamlin, Chuck, and ADAK meet to finalize Jimmy's confession. They're kind of reading over the document of his confession, and they're making sure it's meaningful. Afterward, Kim tells Chuck she suspects he has another copy of the tape, and he admits to her he does, pretty much. She tricks him into believing it. They're telling her that. Chuck confirms that he plans to submit the original at Jimmy's Bar Association hearing, making sure his brother does not hear the end of it. Kim informs Jimmy and reveals that having Chuck admit the existence of the second tape is part of her plan to defend Jimmy. Because, when you have two different tapes, one of them could be fake, one of them could be real, and that's something I think they're going to use to defend Jimmy. Let's get into the reception here. The episode received critical acclaim, 100% on Rotten Tomatoes, 8.64 out of 10. Sabrosito juggles narrative strands while advancing Better Call Saul's overall narrative arc and setting up moments Breaking Bad fans have waited patiently for. A lot of characters being introduced, a lot of characters being developed that were originally in Breaking Bad. It's great to see this show kind of unfurl its layers. 8.5 out of 10 on IGN. Gus Fring is not a man you want to trifle with, as we discover in the latest episode of Better Call Saul, and we've already known that before having watched Breaking Bad. That's really all I have. I think this is a good episode. It's just a developmental episode to kind of keep this show moving on in the right path. And given what happens in Breaking Bad, you kind of have to anticipate what's going to happen towards the end of the season, because I feel like a big conflict's going to be resolved in some way, and the fates of people are going to be determined. So yeah, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. As always, it has been GZTV reviewing your favorite TV shows. I know this is not really ideal content. I used to have way better content, but I'm at college, so I'm trying to give you guys what I can. I'm watching The Walking Dead tonight. Very excited. That's a great show. It's in a great spot right now